All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Government reviews preparedness at the highest level to manage novel coronavirus in the country. Campaigning gains momentum for assembly elections in Delhi. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says government not to repeat previous regime's mistake of splurging to end slowdown. Over 73 lakh youth trained under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And in sports, India to take on Pakistan in the semi-finals of Under-19 Cricket World Cup in South Africa this afternoon. A group of ministers met in New Delhi yesterday to review the preparedness and steps taken by the Ministries of Health, Shipping, External Affairs, Civil Aviation and Home Affairs regarding management of novel coronavirus in the country. The meeting was chaired by Health Minister Dr. Vardhan. The group, which has been constituted on the directions of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, comprises of Health Minister Dr. Vardhan, Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, Minister of State for Home G. Kishan Reddy, Minister of State for Health Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, and Shipping Minister Mansukh Lal Mandviya. A presentation of the status of the NCOV 2019 was made to the group of ministers. The members were also apprised of the 3 cases reported from Kerala, one of which was confirmed yesterday. The preventive steps and measures taken for management of spread of novel coronavirus in India were presented, which included information about the revised travel advisories issued on Sunday regarding the temporary suspension of the e-visa facilities. Talking to media, Special Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Sanjeev Kumar, said,
E-visa facility for Chinese passport holders has been temporarily suspended. E-visa already issued to Chinese nationals is also not valid temporarily, and the facility for submitting the application online for the physical visa for China is suspended.
The advisory has been revised, informing the public to refrain from travel to China and that anyone with travel history to China since 15th of last month and from now on could be quarantined. It has also been advised that people having compelling reasons to visit India should contact the Indian Embassy in Beijing or consulate in Shanghai or Guangzhou. Instructions to comply with above travel advisory have also been issued to all national and international airlines operating from China by the Ministry of Civil Aviation. The GOM was also briefed that a total of 593 flights have been screened, covering a total of 72,353 passengers. Screening of passengers is ongoing in 21 airports, international seaports and border crossings, particularly with Nepal. Universal screening in all flights from Singapore and Thailand, besides Hong Kong and China, is being done. Out of a total of 338 samples sent for testing, 335 have been found to be negative, 3 are positive, while 70 others are being processed. Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, P.K. Mishra, also reviewed the situation relating to novel coronavirus in the country and the arrangements for approximately 600 evacuees. In Madhya Pradesh, the Health Department has issued a high alert to protect citizens against the novel coronavirus. Principal Secretary Dr. Pallavi Jain Govil informed that 6 people of the state who have returned from China have been stopped in Delhi and they will be kept under observation for 14 days. Our correspondent has the details.
Special training is being given to doctors in Madhya Pradesh to deal with this virus. The task force have also been constituted at district level with the representatives of all medical associations headed by the collector. Isolation wards have been prepared in all district and civil hospitals. Isolation ward of 5 beds have been made in all district hospitals and 10 beds prepared in medical colleges. The State Public Health and Family Welfare Minister Tulsi Ram Silawat reviewed the departmental preparations and said that a massive public awareness campaign will be launched to fight the coronavirus. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The group of 7 leading industrialized democracies, G7, have agreed to work with the WHO, EU and China, seeking a unified procedure to tackle the fast-spreading new coronavirus. German Health Minister Jens Spahn said They agreed that isolated approaches were less likely to succeed against the global risks posed by the virus. Health ministers of Germany, Britain and France are expected to meet today. They are likely to coordinate their approach on travel regulations and precautions as well as research into the virus. New coronavirus has till now infected close to 20,500 people on Chinese mainland and at least 192 outside Chinese mainland. 425 deaths have been reported till now in China and 1 abroad. A report.
Amid increasing global efforts and statements between US and China, China has accepted US offer to have US experts as part of a WHO mission to study and help combat the virus that emerged in Hubei's provincial capital of Wuhan. World Health Organization chief yesterday said it was unnecessary to implement measures that interfere with international travel and trade to stop the spread of coronavirus. He also said that WHO is working with search engine Google to fight disinformation surrounding the coronavirus. Anshuman Mishra, AIR News, Beijing.
The World Bank has called for a global effort against the new coronavirus. In a statement, World Bank said it is reviewing financial and technical resources that can be mobilized quickly to support the affected countries. Campaigning is in full swing for assembly elections in Delhi. Prominent leaders from different political parties are trying to woo the voters through roadshows, public meeting and door-to-door campaigns. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a rally in Dwarka area of West Delhi this afternoon. Addressing a public meeting in East Delhi yesterday, Mr. Modi accused the AAP government of creating hurdle in giving houses to the poor and blocking implementation of Prime Minister's Awas Yojana. Mr. Modi said his government delivered on its promise to the people of Delhi that it will regularize unauthorized colonies. Senior BJP leader and Chief Minister of Gujarat Vijay Rupani will address Nukkad Sabhas in Chandni Chowk area, and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will also address public meeting in Kirari. Senior Congress leaders and Chief Minister of Punjab Captain Amrinder Singh, former CM of Haryana Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Rajya Sabha MP Raj Babbar will address a public meeting. Aam Aadmi Party convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal will today launch the party manifesto. Senior party leader Bhagwant Mann will hold a roadshow in Mangolpuri. More from our correspondent.
The election is likely to see a triangular contest between Bharatiya Janata Party, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress. 668 candidates are in the fray for 70 assembly seats. Aam Aadmi Party is seeking votes on the basis of their work done in education and health sectors. BJP is assuring voters that they will ensure clean air and water for everyone. Congress is promising to bring back former glory of the national capital and making Delhi pollution-free. There are around 1,47 lakh voters in Delhi who will decide the political fate of candidates on Saturday. The counting of votes will be taken up on 11 February. With Dipendra Kumar, Subhadra Ramachandran for AIR News, Delhi.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said the government will not repeat the mistakes of previous UPA regime of splurging to end the slowdown. Speaking at a function organized by FICCI in Delhi yesterday, she said money being received from widening fiscal deficit is not being splurged, contrary to what had happened in the UPA regime. Ms. Sitharaman said the government is putting money for public asset creation and connectivity to particular districts which do not have basic infrastructure. She said the money to be received from the health cess will go for creating the health infrastructure in aspirational districts which do not have hospitals as such. Ms. Sitharaman said money garnered from the divestment will be used in creation of infrastructure development, which would have a multiplier effect in generating new and more jobs for youngsters. Over 73 lakh youths have so far been trained under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Minister of State for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship R.K. Singh said this in a written reply in the Lok Sabha yesterday. He said the ministry is implementing the scheme with an objective to provide skill to 1 crore youth across the country. Mr. Singh said under the scheme, the focus on employment has been significantly enhanced and candidates have been placed in various sectors and industries. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that a large country like India cannot restrict its defence cooperation to a few countries and efforts should be made to expand it continuously. In this direction, he announced creation of 10 new defence wings so that 10 more defence attaches could be appointed. This will further strengthen India's defence diplomacy. The minister was addressing the 3rd Defence Attaches Conference in New Delhi yesterday. The 11th edition of the biennial Mega Defence Exhibition, Def Expo 2020, will kick-start tomorrow at Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the 5-day event. A report.
In addition to exhibiting products and technologies and live demonstrations by services, defense public sector undertakings and industry will showcase the land, naval, air and internal security systems during the DEF Expo 2020. There will be a special focus on digital transformation of defense in that exhibition, which is also a sub-theme and allies with the concept of future battlefield. Manufacturing for the aerospace and defense sectors through application of newer technologies will also be focused upon. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Security forces have busted a terrorist hideout at Mangnar area in Haveli Tehsil of border district of Poonch in Jammu division. Acting on a tip-off, troops of 39 Rashtriya Rifles and Special Operations Group Poonch launched search operations in Mangnar top area and came across the hideout in a forest area. Security forces have recovered large quantity of arms and ammunition. The 9th edition of Indo-Bangladesh Joint Military Exercise Sampriti 9 commenced at Umroi, Meghalaya yesterday. The main focus of this edition of the 14-day joint exercise is on counter-terrorism operations in mountainous and jungle terrain. Defence Ministry has said that a delegation comprising of 31 officers and 138 other ranks of Bangladesh Army and a company group of Indian Army will participate in the joint military exercise. This will culminate on 16th of February after a validation exercise. National Investigation Agency NIA has registered an FIR in the Elgar Parishad case in Pune and charged 11 people, including 9 currently in jail under provisions of the Anti-Terror Law, UAPA and the IPC. Today is World Cancer Day. It is observed on the 4th of February every year to create awareness about cancer and to encourage its prevention, detection and treatment. Cancer is the second leading cause of death globally. World Health Organization has warned that cancer cases will rise by 81% in low and middle income countries by 2040 because of a lack of investment in prevention and care. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has called upon the medical fraternity and experts to raise awareness on cancer prevention among people. In cricket, defending champions India will take on arch rivals Pakistan in the semi-final of the ICC Under-19 World Cup 2020 at Potchefstroom, South Africa today. The match starts at 1:30 p.m. Indian time. India booked their spot in tournament's last 4 after defeating last edition's runners-up Australia by 74 runs, while Pakistan thrashed Asian rivals Afghanistan by 6 wickets to set up a face-off with the defending champions. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Nishit Kumar.
Thank you, Anuja. Almost all the dailies in its front page headline mentions the Prime Minister accusing the opposition provoking the anti-CAA protests. The Tribune writes, PM says well-designed plot in divisive politics. To create more awareness on the infection, Hindustan Times quotes the Kerala Health Minister, coronavirus declared state calamity in Kerala. Shah Rukh Khan linked firms' assets attached in Rose Valley scam, reports the Pioneer. The Sam River on fire after crude oil pipeline bursts is a headline in the Asian Age. All J&K farmers to get Kisan credit cards, writes the statesman. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Nishit. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government reviews preparedness at the highest level to manage novel coronavirus in the country. Campaigning gains momentum for assembly elections in Delhi. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says government not to repeat previous regime's mistake of splurging to end slowdown. Over 73 lakh youth trained under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And in sports, India to take on Pakistan in the semi-finals of Under-19 Cricket World Cup in South Africa this afternoon. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.